fast living. That slows down, which is exciting because you get to do more stuff. You get to achieve all your life's dreams and ambitions. You can do it. Hi, and welcome back to my little series on addiction or recovery from addiction. My experience of how it happened or how it worked for me. I started a group over on Facebook called Recover from Addiction with Stephen Hilton. That's me. Go and join it if you are struggling, if you want to get sober. It's an incredible resource. Everyone's helping each other. It's like a load of addicts together giving each other tips, and I think it's been really helpful for people. And there's a lot of people over on that group that are talking about just getting sober, what to expect, or struggling. So this week I want to cover what to expect in your first year of sobriety. The first year of sobriety is an amazing time because it's a time where you change, or where I changed as a person. It was a transformational time. It was tricky as well because you're having to get used to a whole new way of living and a whole new way of life. So I wanted to break down a couple of things that came up for me in that first year, and to give you a little insight into what happened. So I think the very first thing I realized when I got sober was I would get urges out of the blue almost to use, and they could be triggered by very small things. It wasn't necessarily even the big things that made me want to use or drink. It would be small things like getting a parking ticket. Little things that you don't expect could trigger you to hit that thing that we call in the program the fuck it button. The fuck it button is where you're like, fuck it, I'm going to use. Do you know that feeling? You know that feeling. If you struggle with addiction, you totally know that feeling. And that for me was small things would trigger that for me. Big events, big things not going my way, I would lean more into the program, I found. But little inconveniences, my life was a mess. Like my finances were a mess. I couldn't pay a bill. I couldn't park in the right places. And in London, you get tickets all over the place. So I was constantly fighting these bills and tickets. And those were the things that made me want to use. So that's a thing to look out for you guys. Keep an eye on the small stuff. That's what I would tell you in the first year. The second thing that happened in the first year for me was, now, over 10 years that I had sober, and now I got 6 years again. Anxiety, I had used to really struggle with anxiety. But in the first year, as that was going away, and it did go away, I'd get little spikes of unexpected anxiety. So I could just be sitting there and suddenly, because I think my body was just detoxifying from the alcohol, I would just get anxious for no reason, but it did pass. So, you know, if you experience little bumps of anxiety, don't panic, they go away. And the good news is over time, over your first year, they'll get less and less. And especially if you struggle with anxiety, I think I drank because of an anxiety disorder, and I want to make a video on that. I definitely had anxiety and depression looking back on it, and a big part of why I drank was to self-medicate that. So of course, when you take the medication away, you're going to get little spikes of anxiety and depression because you haven't got your medicine. But please bear in mind that this 12-step, this recovery is way better medicine, and it lasts for years. It doesn't last for moments. So look out for that, and know, again, it will pass. With all these things, they're going to pass quick. And they start off a certain length of time, the anxiety or the desire to use or drink or depression, and then it gets shorter over time. And that's really amazing. And, you know, it's a really great thing to look forward to. All these problems are going to get less. I promise they are. Because drinking, if you're an addict, is the cause of most of these problems. It was for me. So just know that this too shall pass. The first year is a little bumpy. I found a lot of people got into fitness and got into running or walking, and that's a really good thing because you want to do something to fill the time. That's another thing that happens when you first get sober. You'll have more time to achieve things in life, which is amazing. More time to eat healthy, more time to work out, more time to put into your family, more time to put into your work. I've got to watch work though, because that can be addictive as well. And I got to call myself out. I think a workaholic now, but here's the good news is you get more, your days are longer. You get more hours in your day to accomplish things, and it's going to be really exciting because when you're drinking, days are fast, aren't they? It's fast and chaos and fucking shit as well. But fast living. That slows down, which is exciting because you get to do more stuff. You get to achieve all your life's dreams and ambitions. You can do it because you've got time now. So that's exciting for you guys in your first year, and I'm excited for you. And I'm really excited for you because the first year is amazing. So these things are just things to look out for. But here's the great thing. You'll start to get serenity. You'll start to get peace of mind. Little glimpses in the first year. You're like, whoa, I feel just cool and okay. And for an addict, for me, I'd never felt that. I'd never felt just okay, ever. So for me, that was amazing and that was exciting. And that's going to happen for you in your first year. You'll get little glimpses of it. And the good news is that's a glimpse of what's to come. You're going to get more of that the longer you stay sober. So you're opening the door to a new way of life. And it's an exciting time, and I'm really excited for you. I think I'm going to do more of these because I remember there were a few more things in the first year. So maybe there'll be a part 2 of this, but maybe I'll leave this here so we can like break it down into small parts. So this is part 1 of what to expect in your first year. So thank you guys for listening. I love you guys. Go follow that Recover from Addiction with Stephen Hilton group on Facebook. There's lots of people just starting their journey, and there's lots of old timers, which we call them in the program, people that have been around a long time. They're helping all you guys. So if you want to get sober, jump over there, write your little story in there. It's a private group, so no one else can see it. And accept the help. There's loads of people on there helping people, helping newcomers. I'm excited for you guys. This first year is going to be incredible, and you're going to be, remember what I always say this because it's what my sponsor said to me. So it's not me. I give this full credit for this to John, my first ever sponsor. You never have to drink again, a day at a time, for your whole life, and you can have a life beyond your wildest dreams. You're just starting on that journey. You're on the first step. I love you guys. This is going to be amazing.